'Tis the 29th of December. Only 3 more days until... Yeah. Let's go straight to the point. Last July, I made a mid-year review, and so of course, it only felt right to make a year-end review. As mentioned in my last video, here's what I accomplished. I made time for crafting, joined and made game nights, traveled on my own, and started to pick up the camera and vlog again. But in the other half of the year, here's what I accomplished. In the last video, one of the things that I said I want to accomplish by the end of the year was making friends. Well, last August, I decided to join a creator meetup, and I'm a bit sad that I didn't get to take lots of videos because I said I wanted to be present and everything. But this meetup was a get-together of many different Filipino creators like me. We all came from different places and we all do similar and different things, but I felt like I belonged there instantly. I haven't seen them in real life since, but I get to interact with them online, and they're so nice and they inspire me a lot. Their work is so good. I see their work all the time and I'm just so inspired by them. And while we're in the topic of friendship, I did make some friends outside of the creator group. They're not really like close friends, but I would still consider them as friends. I learned that you don't always need an all-in-one friend. I don't think I do have an all-in-one friend, to be honest. There are friends that I can go to when I need to rant about the deepest personal things about me or something that happened to me. And then there are some friends I can go to when I need a spontaneous adventure somewhere. Not one is better than the other. I think all types of friends are equally important, equally valuable, and special. I did make one close friend, and I got to tell them everything about my life, everything happening around it. And I'm really happy that I got to make this friend until I had to cut them off. Boundaries are important, not just for you, but for the people around you. Okay, moving on. And while we are still here talking about friends, I had a lot of night outs for the past few months. I would consider it as an accomplishment, considering the fact that I am not a night out person. I will talk about that in another video, but I'm not a night out person, but I did wholeheartedly enjoy every second of it, every moment of it, whenever I have to do it with friends. I just think it's a part of the 20s experience. You know, when you're still young and you can still do it. It's part of the 20s experience. So other than the night outs, there's been a lot of spontaneous meetups and spontaneous visits from my friends. I've talked about how I've been a chronic planner all my life, and and spontaneity has never been a thing of mine. I feel like that's a level, because you can only do that with a certain closeness with friends. When your relationship has been like super tight, that's the only time that's acceptable to do spontaneous visits with friends. So that's a level up in the relationship I have with my current friends. And speaking of relationships, I was talking about this with my partner the other day. We've gone on really great dates this year. I don't really talk about my romantic relationship here a lot because that's something I prefer to keep private, but it really made me realize how much I value people in my life and how much I value spending time with them. I think about how you'll never really know when you'll say goodbye for the last time. And I know it's such a sad thing to think about, but it's reality. And it's what makes time spent with them very special. Okay, enough about that. I think one of my biggest accomplishments for the year is really my creative growth. January this year, I made a video saying that I would go back to vlogging. I want to start vlogging again. But after many months, it turned into something more than that. Something more than what I thought it would be. If you would compare the first video, my first video of the year, to today, you would notice a difference. I feel like you would notice a difference. It's not like a very huge difference, but the differences have been gradual throughout each video. Like, there are times when I would try to fix the lighting and the lighting would improve, which I'm still trying to learn. But in every video, there is always something I learn and some mistake I have made that I have somehow corrected in the next few videos. So there's really been a growth in there. I would say I'm still very far from where I want to be, but I'm also way far ahead from where I started. And if I could just, be a little, sentimental, I would like to say a huge thank you to everyone who has supported my videos. Even if you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. It's a little channel. It's a small little channel, still growing. But I love that I get to read all the comments, and I love when you share your own experiences and your own thoughts. It's such a joy to see when people somehow relate to what you're going through in life as well. When I first started making videos, I told myself that the reason I would make these videos is that I want people to feel less alone. And with all the little interactions, I myself feel less alone. So I really appreciate it. I'm really grateful. If you're new here or you are not new here, you've been here for a while, there's a lot of videos on this channel, and there are a lot of very talented creators on this platform. And thank you for taking your time to watch my little videos in this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you. This is going to be the last episode of Sundays with Cora. I am going to take a break for a month to figure out what I want to do next, but I won't go anywhere. I'm still gonna be here, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, I really appreciate it, and I'm so grateful that you have been here throughout my journey. Now for goals that I missed. Before this year started, I had a habit of doing a little yoga before going to work. It's a way for me to have a little stretch in my body and a little bit of movement before, sitting in my desk the whole day. But somehow in the middle of the year, I just stopped. That little yoga was my only source of exercise for my body, which is, I know it has to be more, but I figured if I do it every day, then there's a little bit in there, just a little bit of moving my body. I did, however, get to do other things that brought a little bit of movement in my body. In the last video, I said I wanted to do more dance classes, and for the last few months, I did do dance classes. I have explored a lot of genres with this dance class, including one that I thought was going to be a dance class, but it turned out to be a runway class, it was really cool. It was an experience. And although this was less consistent and needed a little bit of money, I think it's worth it. I love learning different dances, and it's just a more fun way to work out. So with that, I don't really know if I'll be doing more yoga. Maybe I'll just do a lot more dance classes, or maybe I'll get a full-on gym membership. Who knows? We'll see. I wish I could say that I'm starting the new year feeling fresh and renewed. I wish I could say new year, new me, or 2025, I'm ready for you. But to be honest, I'm not. I feel like I've just reached the point wherein I don't feel the need to have this big change new year after new year, because you don't. You don't need a huge change. You don't need to be another person once the clock strikes 12. You're allowed to change gently. You don't have to be a new version of yourself once New Year hits. You're allowed to change gently, day after day, month after month, week after week, whatever it is. It is okay to take small steps every day and let change do its own thing in its own time. Happy New Year!